Welcome back to the Community Resource Minute. I'm Todd Blanton, one-stop operator for the Kentucky Career Centers here in the Bluegrass. On today's edition, we're going to talk a little bit about an exciting workshop that we're going to be able to offer here in the Bluegrass. It's a workshop that is going to be very eye-opening, targeted towards employers, community organizations, county officials, economic development officials, just anybody out there that is trying to get a better handle on what some of the members of our community may be going through when they're looking at going back into the workforce when faced with some barriers. So today with us, we have Tiffany Reeves. She is a staff person on our Bluegrass Workforce Innovation Board. And Tiffany was just certified as a workshop coordinator and is able to offer this class. So Tiffany, welcome. We're excited to hear about the Bridges Out of Poverty workshop and how you're going to be able to help those folks in our community understand better the people that are facing those barriers out there.
Hello, Todd.
So tell us a little bit about the Bridges Out of Poverty workshop, the targeted audience, what it entails, and just some details on what it exactly is for our audience out there.
Okay, so when we talk about poverty, it brings about strong opinions and emotions, right? It's easy to take sides or to blame a person or the institution, but the Bridges Out of Poverty tools help us replace judgments with understandings. It's a comprehensive approach to understanding the dynamics that cause and maintain poverty from the individual to the systematic level. Bridges Out of Poverty uses the lenses of economic class and provides concrete tools and strategies for a community to prevent, reduce, and alleviate poverty. So during the workshops, we review poverty research, examine a theory of change. We analyze poverty through the prism of the hidden rules of class, resources, family structure, and language. Participants receive specific strategies for improving outcomes for people living in poverty, but the focus of the workshop is to provide a broad overview of different concepts to assist individuals out of poverty. One of the things that whenever I had just took the workshop that I had, they call it aha moments all throughout the Bridges Out of Poverty training, right? It was the fact that a lot of times individuals who live in poverty, they are living in the tyranny of the moment. They are under-resourced to the extent that they spend most of their time and energy just trying to keep their heads above water. So that's one of the big things about let's look at what an individual who lives in poverty, where do they spend their time? A lot of people, with those judgments that come, just use the thing of, well, if they just get a job, right? Okay, so yes, employment is key. However, what other resources do individuals have? So if I am a single mother and I'm living in poverty and I find employment, let's say as an example, $18 an hour, I still have to have childcare. I still have to understand how to navigate all those resources. And that is what the Bridges Out of Poverty, we take a deep dive into that to say, this is just not the one solution, especially with generational poverty. There are hidden rules that every social class has.
So if I understand correctly, Tiffany, if I was to enroll in that workshop and be somebody that participated in it, it would put me in someone in poverty's shoes, and I would undergo those types of trials and tribulations and have to see for myself what somebody would go through. Is that correct?
We can look at someone in poverty, we look at someone in middle class, and we look at someone in upper class. Because we all think that individuals who, that are in upper class, that they don't have any problems. They have problems too. There are hidden language, hidden rules, and all that with each different class structure. But our focus on the Bridges Out of Poverty is how to elevate individuals to where they can understand the different resources that are available when we are assisting our clients. Many times, we don't think about what it looks like from the customer side. And the Bridges Out of Poverty definitely helps. The workshops definitely helps us realize what it looks like on that customer life cycle on those individuals that need our services the most.
Gotcha. So if somebody was interested in reaching out to you and setting up a workshop to get their organization or their, their target audience of learning more about this, how would they do that? And typically, how long does something like this take? How long does the workshop take?
They would just reach out to me through email, and we'll provide that at the end of the resource minute. The workshops at a minimum need to be at least 4 hours. To really do the deep dive, you need a full day of 8 hours, but you can do it in 4. It just depends on exactly how far you want to go into it to gather the understanding and the knowledge that you need.
All right. Well, Tiffany, thanks so much for joining us today and telling us a little bit about the Bridges Out of Poverty workshop. Employers, community organizations, county officials, economic development folks, if you're out there and you're watching and you're interested, reach out to Tiffany. We'll put her information up at the end of the Community Resource Minute. But great information for those out there trying to understand what exactly people go through as they're trying to navigate the system and get back to sustainability. So Tiffany, we appreciate you joining us today. And hopefully some folks will reach out to you to find out what it's like out there for these folks that are going through those things.
Thank you, Todd.
You're welcome. Tune in next time and we'll have another exciting topic for you. Thanks.